My friends, the greatest prison in the world is not built of bricks and iron. It is built of doubt. Most people do not fail because the world was against them. They failed because they were against themselves. They let the whisper of I can't drown out the roar of it can't drown out the roar of I can. Doubt is a thief. It robs you of opportunities before you even knock on the door. It paralyzes your action, blurs your vision, and convinces you that success is for someone else. But here's the truth. No one is born with an exclusive claim to success. Every great achiever you admire, every innovator, every leader began as an ordinary person with extraordinary belief in themselves. Doubt is a thief, a silent one, and perhaps the most dangerous you will ever face. It does not break into your home to steal your possessions. It breaks into your mind to steal your confidence, your ambition, and your belief in what is possible. It whispers in the quiet hours when you are planning something big. It plants questions like, oh, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What will people think? And while these questions seem harmless, they can freeze you in place, making sure you never take the very steps that could change your life. The most tragic thing about doubt is that it steals from you before you even try. It convinces you to abandon your journey at the starting line. Think about how many people never write the book they dream about, never start the business they imagine, never confess the love they feel. All because doubt convinced them it wasn't worth it. Doubt thrives on hesitation. The more you pause, the more power it gains. The longer you overthink, the stronger it grows. It makes you focus on every possible failure while blinding you to every possible success. And in that way, it robs you of opportunities. Not because those opportunities weren't there, but because you never reached out to take them. But here is the truth. Doubt only has as much power as you give it. It cannot act without your permission. The moment you decide to take a step, any step, in the direction of your goals, doubt begins to weaken. Movement is its enemy. Action is the light that exposes it for what it is, just fear in disguise. Think of all the times you've doubted yourself in the past and still succeeded. Those victories are proof that doubt was lying to you. If you had listened to it, those moments of achievement would never have existed. This means you have a choice every single day. Give in to the thief or protect your dreams by acting anyway. The way to defeat doubt is not by waiting for it to disappear. It may never fully go away. Instead, you must move forward in spite of it. Take one step today, even if your hands shake. Speak your idea out loud, even if your voice trembles. Show the world and yourself that you are not afraid to try. Because the moment you take action, doubt begins to lose its grip. And once it loses enough strength, it can no longer steal from you. If you do nothing else in your life, do this. Guard your dreams as fiercely as you would guard your most valuable treasures. They are worth more than gold, and they are yours alone. Do not let the thief take them from you. You were meant to live boldly, not cautiously. And the only way to do that is to keep moving forward, with or without doubt at your side. Belief ignites action. It is the invisible spark that turns thought into movement, intention into reality. You can have the best ideas, the most detailed plans, and the clearest vision of your goals, but without belief, none of it comes to life. Belief is the fuel that powers your first step and keeps you going when the road becomes difficult. When you believe in something, truly, deeply believe, hesitation begins to fade. Your mind stops searching for reasons it won't work and starts searching for ways it can. Your energy shifts. You stand taller, speak with more conviction, and your actions become more focused. People are drawn to that energy because belief is contagious. It inspires others to support you, invest in you, or simply cheer you on. Without belief, even the smallest challenge can feel like a mountain. Every obstacle looks like proof that you were never meant to succeed. But when belief is strong, even the biggest obstacles shrink into manageable problems. Instead of asking, can I? You ask, how can I? Change in mindset is everything. It moves you from a place of doubt to a place of determination. Belief does not mean ignoring reality. It does not mean pretending difficulties do not exist. It means accepting reality while refusing to let it dictate your limits. It means deciding that your goal is possible and acting in ways that make it more likely every single day. Belief turns uncertainty into a challenge instead of a roadblock. Think of belief as a match. Without it, you have no flame. With it, you can light the fire that powers your journey. And once that fire is lit, action follows naturally. You start taking small steps, making the phone call, sending the email, applying for the opportunity, learning the new skill. Each step fuels your belief even more, creating a powerful cycle. Belief leads to action, and action strengthens belief. It's important to understand that belief is a choice. It's not something you were born with in full supply. You can build it. You can train your mind to focus on possibilities instead of limitations. This might mean surrounding yourself with supportive voices, feeding your mind with encouraging words, and celebrating even the smallest progress. Over time, your belief becomes unshakable. Many people wait for proof before they believe. They want to see the finish line before they start the race. But the truth is, belief often has to come first. It's the leap you take before the bridge appears. It's the conviction that the seed you plant today will grow into a tree tomorrow, even if you can't yet see it. When belief is present, you will take actions others won't. You'll keep going when others quit. You'll push through discomfort, work longer hours, and try one more time when the easy option is to stop. And in the end, it's that persistent action, born from belief, that brings your vision to life. Believe first, act boldly, and watch the world open doors you never knew existed. Start before you feel ready, because if you wait for the perfect moment, you may be waiting for the rest of your life. The idea that there will come a magical day when you are completely prepared, fully confident, and free of all fear is a comforting illusion. In reality, readiness is not something you find before you start. It is something you build by starting. Too many dreams have died in the waiting room of perfection. People tell themselves, I'll do it when I have more money, more skills, more time, more confidence. But time keeps passing, and those perfect conditions never arrive. Life will always be messy. There will always be something you don't know, something you're not sure about, or a reason to delay. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll never take the. The truth is, readiness is not a starting point, it is a result. You become ready through action. You gain skill by doing. You gain confidence by trying. You gain clarity by taking steps forward, even if they are small and unsteady. Starting imperfectly teaches you more in a month than planning endlessly will teach you in a year. When you start before you feel ready, you embrace the reality that growth comes through discomfort. That first attempt might be clumsy. You might stumble. You might even fail. But those stumbles will give you experience, and that experience will make you sharper, stronger, and more capable. Without starting, you deny yourself the chance to gain that experience at all. Consider the people who inspire you most. They did not wait for a perfect moment. No. They acted while fear was still whispering in their ear. They started without knowing every answer. And because they started, they learned. Because they learned, they improved. And because they improved, they succeeded. The path to mastery begins with the courage to be a beginner. You might be afraid of making mistakes, but mistakes are not the enemy. Inaction is. Mistakes are proof that you are moving. They give you feedback, show you what works and what doesn't, and ultimately guide you toward better decisions. Every expert once stood where you are now, unsure, unpolished, and uncertain. The difference is they moved forward anyway. There is power in starting now. Every step you take today compounds over time. Even a small, imperfect action creates momentum, and momentum is the force that carries you through doubt, fear, and fatigue. Once you are moving, opportunities appear that you could never have planned for. Doors you didn't even know existed will start to open, so do not wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is an illusion. Start before you feel ready and let the journey itself prepare you. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act despite it. One day you will look back at the moment you began and realize that it wasn't readiness you needed. It was the decision to take that very first step. And that step, more than anything else, changes everything. Action is the antidote to doubt, the most powerful cure for hesitation, overthinking, and fear. Doubt thrives in stillness. It grows in the spaces where plans are made but never executed, where ideas remain trapped in the mind instead of being brought into the world. The longer you wait, the louder doubt becomes. But the moment you move, it begins to lose its grip. When you take action, you shift from imagining problems to solving them. Instead of asking, what if I fail? You begin to ask, what can I do next? Your energy changes because action forces your mind to focus on the present, not the endless what if say of the future. Even the smallest step forward creates momentum, and momentum is doubt's greatest enemy. Doubt is like a shadow. It follows you when you stand still, but when you start moving toward the light of action, it fades. Every task you complete, no matter how small, gives you evidence that progress is possible. This evidence builds confidence, and confidence pushes doubt further away. It's important to understand that action doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. Many people get stuck because they think they need the right first step, but there is no perfect step. There is only the next step. Progress is built through consistent effort, not flawless beginnings. Waiting for certainty will only strengthen your doubts. Acting even imperfectly will weaken them. Consider this. The problems you imagine in your mind are often far bigger than the ones you face in reality. By taking action, you discover that many of the fears holding you back were exaggerated or completely unfounded. Experience teaches you that challenges are rarely as impossible as doubt makes them seem. Action also builds skill, and skill is a natural confidence booster. The more you do, the more capable you feel. It's human nature to question yourself when facing something new. But once you've experienced the power of action, you'll know exactly how to silence it. You won't waste hours wrestling with uncertainty. You'll start moving because you've learned that action isn't just progress, it's protection. It guards you from the paralyzing effects of overthinking. The next time doubt creeps in, don't try to outthink it, outrun it. Make the call, write the page, start the project. Even the smallest action can break the cycle. The moment you move, you take back control. Remember, doubt feeds on inaction, but it starves in the face of effort. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to begin. And once you begin, doubt will no longer have the power to stop you. Action is the antidote to doubt, the direct and most effective way to silence the questions that hold you back. Doubt thrives in moments of hesitation. It feeds on the pauses where you overthink, second guess yourself, and imagine all the possible ways something could go wrong. The longer you stay in that place of inaction, the louder doubt's voice becomes. But the moment you take action, you interrupt its grip on your mind. When you move, you shift your focus from fear to problem solving. You stop replaying worst case scenarios and start paying attention to the step in front of you. Even the smallest action, sending a message, making a call, doing 5 minutes of work, begins to weaken the hold of uncertainty. Momentum starts to build, and momentum is doubt's greatest enemy. Ooh. Doubt is like fog. When you're standing still, it surrounds you and blocks your view. But when you start walking forward, step by step, the path ahead becomes clearer. The act of doing cuts through the haze. Each completed action gives you tangible proof that you are capable, and that proof chips away at doubt's foundation. It's important to understand that action does not have to be perfect to be powerful. Many people wait for the right time, the perfect plan, or the ideal set of skills before they start. But waiting for perfection only strengthens doubt. The truth is, clarity comes through movement. You learn faster, adapt quicker, and grow stronger by doing, not by endlessly preparing. Think about it. Most of the fears that fill your mind are based on guesses, not facts. The moment you take action, you gather real experience, and that experience often proves that your fears were exaggerated. Obstacles you thought would stop you turn out to be manageable, and challenges you feared become opportunities to improve. Action also builds confidence, and confidence is the natural opposite of doubt. Each time you act, you add to your personal evidence that you can handle challenges. This creates a powerful cycle. Action reduces doubt. Reduced doubt encourages more action, and more action leads to greater progress. Of course, doubt will never disappear completely. It will return when you face something new, bigger, or unfamiliar. But once you've experienced the power of action, you'll know how to respond. Instead of getting stuck in overthinking, you'll start moving immediately because you've learned that movement is the medicine. So, the next time doubt whispers in your ear, don't try to reason with it endlessly. Outrun it. Good. Begin with a single step, make the decision, take the risk, do the work. You'll find that the act of doing is far more effective than the act of worrying. Remember this truth. Inaction feeds doubt, but action starves it. You don't need to feel completely ready. You just need to move. The very act of starting is often all it takes to turn fear into forward motion and uncertainty into unstoppable momentum. Trust yourself to succeed because no one else can carry that belief for you. You can receive encouragement from friends, advice from mentors, and even validation from strangers. But if you do not trust yourself, every compliment will feel hollow. Success begins the moment you decide that you are capable, worthy, and ready to take ownership of your future. And trust is the foundation of action. Without it, hesitation creeps in. You start looking outside yourself for constant approval, needing others to tell you it's okay to move forward. But relying on external permission is dangerous because not everyone will see your vision and not everyone will believe in your potential. If you make their belief a requirement, your progress will always be at their mercy. When you trust yourself, you shift that power inward. You no longer wait for the perfect sign or the unanimous vote of confidence. You know that while advice can guide you, your own judgment must lead you. This kind of trust is not blind arrogance. It's grounded in self-awareness. You recognize your strengths, acknowledge your weaknesses, and still believe you can navigate the challenges ahead. Trusting yourself to succeed also means accepting that the road will not be smooth. You will make mistakes. You will face setbacks, but instead of seeing these as proof that you're not good enough, you see them as part of the process. Self-trust gives you resilience, the ability to recover quickly because you believe in your capacity to learn, adapt, and try again. Think of the people who achieve great things. They are not immune to fear or doubt. The difference is they do not let uncertainty control them. They make decisions with the belief that they can figure it out as they go. And because they trust themselves to handle whatever comes, they take bolder risks, seize more opportunities, and grow at a faster pace than those who hesitate. Self-trust is built through consistency. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, whether it's finishing a task, showing up on time, or following through on a plan, you strengthen your belief in your own reliability. Over time, this creates a deep internal confidence that no external opinion can shake. It's easy to let fear make the decisions for you. Fear tells you to stay in the safe zone, to wait until you have more proof, to avoid taking a step until you're absolutely certain. But trust tells you the opposite. Move forward even when the outcome isn't guaranteed because you believe in your ability to handle whatever comes next. One day, you will look back and realize that trusting yourself was the turning point. Not the day you learned everything you needed to know, not the day the world agreed with you, but the day you decided that your own belief was enough. Trust yourself to succeed, and you'll find that success begins to trust you back.